Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I am Pete.
And we have a special episode for you today.
You knew it was coming.
Why is it special?
You knew it was
It's
coming.
special because, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who do know, today, Thursday, September 10th, is the day of the release of Hulk Team Up #1, which is the very first story I have ever written for Marvel Comics. Backup story in here in Hulk Team Up. I'm very excited about it. I think it turned out great. I'm curious to hear what you guys thought about this.
First of all, you're holding...
And wait, and I just want to say, don't spare my feelings.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
I'm pretty caring of people.
Let's talk about the fact you're holding a comic you wrote.
Yeah, tell us about how you feel about it.
It says your name on the cover.
Yeah.
This is really exciting. The whole thing is really
Life
exciting.
on Green?
Actually, yes. I mean, in a certain way. I think we've talked about this before, but we always get questions on the show.
Why don't you run Marvel Comics? Why aren't you
Why
the
don't you
kings of
guys
comic
just buy
dog?
Marvel?
Yeah.
Why don't you just merge DC and change the name of it?
Yeah, why don't you do that? And we're like, we did.
People are always asking us, hey, would you want to write a comic book? Would you write a comic book? And at a certain point I was like, well, maybe I would. Maybe that is something. I've loved comics for so long. Maybe I would like to write a story. And
Put your money where your mouth is.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well,
They usually pay you for comic book.
Yeah.
But this turned out great. I was really excited about it. It was so exciting to get the pages back.
Yeah,
with Joyce Chin's art, get each step of it as well, from writing the outline to writing the script to seeing the penciled pages to seeing the inked pages, the colored pages, the letters, seeing how the process works. It's actually totally earnestly given me a much better appreciation of what comic books give.
And I'm interested, as when you get the pencils, and I imagine this is true of all writers, but I know you so well, I feel like I can get into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is it like, are they like, what do you think of this? And you're like, sure. And they're like, okay, we don't care what you think anyway. It's going to be inked.
No,
or do you have an actual say?
You do have an actual say.
Because they can take it back and fix the pencils.
Yeah, they can. Because they send the rough pencils first and say, hey, how close does this match up? And
with your vision.
Joyce Chin had actually sent me a couple of ideas for the script that I incorporated, and then I also sent her a couple of ideas for the pencils that she incorporated, which is very cool.
That's awesome.
Have you met her before and you guys worked together on a lot of stuff?
No. This is my first.
No.
Well, you can work on other things.
Yeah, I like to think of it as Joyce Chin took my virginity.
Yeah.
This is nice because I've never talked to her or met her, so I think it's appropriate to say.
Yeah, definitely appropriate.
So, enough.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
don't spare my feelings. What do you think? Was it like a 9.5 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10?
As the closest, the Hulk is obviously closest to Pete's heart. So, I think it's it'll be interesting to feel the barometer of that.
Here's the thing. I mean, we joked all up until you pitched it that I was like, oh my god, you did a Hulk comic, how amazing. And then you were like, it's a Hulk team up. I was like, oh man, that's even better. And then you were like,
who's going to be teamed up with?
Who's it going to be?
Wolverine, Punisher, a sharp knife, anything. Murder Squad.
And then he was like, it's Hulk and Dazzler. And I was like, I think that's the worst team up I've ever heard.
So actually, specifically what you said, what Pete said to me is, the only thing I could think of that would be worse than the Hulk versus Dazzler would be Hulk versus a guy in a wheelchair.
That's true.
That's Pete's actual comment.
So
how did it turn out?
Was it better?
Was it better than the Hulk fighting a guy in a wheelchair?
No, I'd like to handle this like I handle normal comic because we are professionals here.
Right.
I really enjoyed the artwork. I thought the artwork was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Really great artwork. I mean, think about it this way. If you're like, oh man, I love the Hulk character. I think the Hulk is great.
So nice right now.
I would like to see the opposite of what I love about the Hulk. Then this comic is for you because it is.
That's a really nice way of saying something.
It is. I've never wanted to see the Hulk do the things that are done in this thing, or Bruce Banner for that matter. All right, I gotta ask this. I read it and it bothered me. There is a situation, spoiler by the way, where Bruce gets a number or an address or whatever, throws it away. He's at a deli or he's at a restaurant of some kind. There's a guy who grabs it and then follows Bruce around and then goes, hey, here, you dropped this a couple pages ago and I've just been following you. Like, How did you feel like that worked?
It's getting steamy in here.
How did you feel about that?
I don't know if I'm going to survive this episode. What I felt about that is, he's a bartender character, right?
Right.
The bartender is giving advice. That's generally what bartenders do.
Right.
And then, honestly, there's no better explanation. There's no other explanation to this. I thought it would be funny if he showed up the next day.
Because I was like, what the...
I just ran into my bartender today.
Yeah.
On the street. So
was he like, hey,
Justin, what did you think about this?
I love the Dazzler, and it's a great mismatch team up where it's like these are two characters which I feel like you purposely chose them as characters that you would never see together because and they've only teamed up.
And you get to find out
this was
why.
back in I honestly don't remember whether it's the 70s or 80s. Dazzler 6 and 7 was the last time they've been together.
So it's nice to I like offbeat things like that. I like the way you had them fight, where the Hulk is tricked into yelling at her, and that's what gives her powers back. I did think it was weird that he was very. What Hulk are you using in this?
This is the Hulk. The first part of the issue as well. There's a great story at the beginning by Mark Sumerak.
Yeah.
I feel like I can say that because I wasn't involved in it at all.
Right.
Both of these stories take place kind of during the events of the Jeff Loeb Hulk series.
Right. So it's like before he loses his powers.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like wandering and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it seems a little out of continuity, but I thought it was a good story.
Thank you. I'm totally shocked. I thought you were going to hate it, but I appreciate that.
Not at all. I did think it was weird he loved dancing so much.
Yeah,
but that's a choice you make about.
Not only does Bruce dance, which is something you probably don't want to see him do.
Why? Bruce can dance.
Great. I don't, it's like...
He can dance if he wants to.
Yeah.
Well,
and it starts off with singing, which was I
just want to emphasize something to you. Because this is an in-continuity story, now, in the continuity of the Marvel Universe, Bruce Banner is a great dancer.
That's your move?
That's my big...
You just wanted to slide that
shot across the bow.
Bruce will dance.
Great dancer. Great dancer.
I mean, we all have goals in mind.
Mine are pretty much minor in comparison to anybody else's.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, I can hate this all I want, but the fact that it's made and it's a comic.
It's on paper.
It's phenomenal. It is really exciting, and I can't wait to go and get my own copy because I'm going to be like, I know this guy, and it's going to be fantastic.
You talking about Mark Sumerak?
Yeah. But it's going to be amazing to open it up and then see Ryder and then Alex Albin right there.
It was very cool. It was very cool, and thank you to everybody at Marvel. Thank you to Jordan White and Mark Panacea and everybody else at the office there for letting me do this. This was an incredible honor to be able to do.
Yeah, so make sure you go and you pick up the worst team up ever made.
Pull quote.
No, to be honest though, like really, those watching the video, may I speak for you and by saying, like, please leave your comments what you think of it.
Absolutely.
And what you think of the fact that he now has compromised his journalistic integrity
exactly.
by or jumping into it. I would never do that. Let me just say, I am only a reviewer, true and true.
So, guys, if you have a question, you can write us at comicbookclublive@gmail.com, twitter.com/comicbooklive, popcultureshock.com/cbclub, iTunes Comic Book Club Live, where you can watch these very episodes. And Pete?
I'm starting a new website that is called AlexShouldNeverBeInChargeOfTheHulk.com. Check that out. We're going to be there every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, People's Improv Theater. Please come and see us.
I have a couple pitches into Marvel as well, so what I said before, maybe like it's true now, but it won't be true in the future. So we'll just see what happens.
And thank you to everybody who did pick it up or is going to pick it up. I really appreciate it.
And just write up your end.